Again, R means anything, so you can ignore it. But there are 3 things that hydrogen can really attract close to. What are those 3 things? Give me one. Somebody give me one. Nitrogen. Someone else give me another one. Oxygen. Kevin, I think. Fluorine. Very nice. Fluorine. Okay. Those are the hydrogen bonds. So those are just NON. Okay. The big thing with the symmetric thing, and again, and I'm going to be honest with you about something with the symmetry. We've talked a little bit about symmetry, right? We talked about Lewis structures. We talked about Vesper geometry, tetrahedral, trigonal planar, trigonal bipyramidal. We talked about all those things. One, I'm not going to ask you about tetrahedral or anything on the final, because there's nothing involving Vesper on the final. Absolutely nothing. But for what we're doing, we're talking in symmetry as an X and a Y axis thing. So, what you need to do is if it is not symmetric on the X and Y axis, it is not symmetric. It needs to be both. Once you get up to higher level college courses, then you'll look at symmetry a little bit differently in 3 dimensions, and that's going to change some of your answers. But for what we're doing, this is easily good enough. Easily good enough. So it needs to be X and Y. Everything is given to you. Every single Lewis structure that you need is on the exam. Every single one. Okay? I triple, quadruple checked it before I gave Phyllis the final, and it's all. The other thing that it might be interesting to talk about with IMFs just a little bit. Oh, also, okay. This is something that you guys have probably not noticed, okay? IMFs was the last 2 weeks of the school year, correct? Yes. Right. How much IMF do you think is on the test? Not a lot, right? I know sometimes you've seen a class before where the stuff at the end of the year clearly dominates the file, right? You've seen that before, correct? It's kind of a stigma. There's a lot of memes about college professors, spent the whole year on this, spent the last 2 days on this, final was 80% of the 2 days. That happens. That's something that happens in college. The final is everything from the last week and nothing about what you've done the whole other time. The final is very, very equally split. Okay, it's very equally split between units. There is a few of this, but it is not representative of the entire semester. So this is a lower part of it, but it's still there. It is there. The thing that I think we need to talk about really quickly is the boiling point and vapor pressure stuff. The rule of thumb is this. More IMFs you have, it's a good thing to think about, the stronger it is. And this leads to a few things, right? It leads to you thinking, okay, it's maybe a solid or liquid. It's probably not a gas if it's strong. Probably not a gas. Probably not. If it's strong, it's probably going to have a high boiling point, which means a low vapor pressure. Because again, a high boiling point means you need a lot of energy to split up those atoms. Not to rip them apart, but to separate them. The higher the boiling point, the more energy it takes. And it might, it's still here. I made this mark 3.5 weeks ago with oil. It was a line. You can still clearly see it spread out. A little slower than water would, but it's still here. It's right here. It's huge. 3.5 weeks ago, it's still there. That was mineral oil. Okay, the same that I showed you guys, except this one has stayed a little bit longer. That's gonna take a lot of energy to separate. So much, in fact, 3.5 weeks later, it hasn't got hot enough to do it. And that's a black countertop. Black gets warm fast. You guys know that. It's going to take a lot of energy. And again, low vapor pressure, it's not making a lot of gas because it's still a liquid. And I'd say, like, honestly, representatively speaking, this is the key things. If you know this, you're okay. Did I answer the question? Maybe a little bit extra, but that's it.
Also, like, for like, I think there was one on the quiz. It's like, so it's one here, and then like the one in the center that goes up. It's like kind of like triangle.
Yeah.
Does that one like fold over, or does it got not symmetrical?
So that was an excellent one. You guys can just look at triangles as like X and Y. You don't need to worry about like from this angle, from this one, and from you don't have to do that.
So
No.
it's just like symmetrical.
It's just X and Y for this class. If you go down to college, like level, and again, don't worry about this too much. If you had something like this, the first thing you're going to learn in college is that triangles are really bad. Like triangles, like, no, triangles don't work. Crazy unstable. In college, you would say this is symmetrical. Because you would look, that's the same as that, which is the same as that. But again, we're not worrying about that. You guys, for the sake, and that's why on the test I didn't, and quizzes, I've stayed away kind of from this stuff. I've made it obvious. I haven't lied to you yet. So like, college you would say this is, if this is on the final, I would expect you to say dipole, dipole, and hydrogen. And I'm on this for.
Okay.
But again, you don't have to worry about that for the final, you don't have to worry about that. For sure. You got a hand. You got a hand up.
Yeah, but I don't think everyone else is struggling with this. This is just me, so I could just stay after for
Sure. Is it just this? Oh, is it this?
It's like
Everybody struggles with that. Actually, that has to do with, you see the red in the NOF? So, you guys have seen the quizzes again, okay? That last question, right? That's pretty much all you got wrong, right? Where I said draw the hydrogen bonds with DNA. A lot of you drew the actual bonds. Hydrogen bonding is not a bond. Remember we talked about like, hey, it's tricky, you gotta be careful. Hydrogen bonds are between things. So when you had your, again, I'm not even gonna be close to drawing these correctly. I used to have them memorized as structures, but I do not anymore. Okay, so you have your stuff. Something like this. A lot of you for hydrogen bonding were circling like, I don't want to do this. Maybe there's an N there or something. People were circling like actual bonds. Hydrogen bonds are between things.
oh, really?
Yeah. So that's why I circled the between stuff. So a lot of you were actually circling bonds. You were circling the right things, you're right. But you weren't circling intermolecular forces. You were circling the bonds. And that's why DNA works. Hydrogen bonds are literally what allow us to exist. Because without that, our DNA wouldn't form. Our DNA wouldn't form. I think you guys kind of know where that goes. So, hydrogen bonding. Yeah, it's between. It's always between. Anything else? Okay. So, what I want to say before I say the time is yours for the last time, technically all year, you guys have been my best class. Like you and Fifth Hour have been the best class of students I've ever taught. And I mean at North Central with college tutoring, I mean at Downers Grove North where I student taught. Like you guys overall have been the best group of kids that I've taught. And I'm gonna remember you guys the rest of my life. Like you guys are a phenomenal group. You guys are all going places in life. You're all gonna be more talented and more, more successful than I am. I know that in my heart. I told you at the beginning of the year that I don't teach kids. I told you at the beginning of the year I don't teach chemistry. I teach students. And I know for some of you this might not have been your most favorite class. I know some of you came in and it's like, science, great. Or some of you came in, it's like, oh, it's Taylor, he's goofy, great. But I really hope that, you got something out of this class, whether it be, obviously, chemistry, the content, whether it be maybe, enjoying labs a little bit, whether it just be like being excited for a class, Because I know for some of you, I might be your favorite teacher of the year. I might for some be your least. But regardless, at the end of the day, these next 2 years, if you guys need anything, at all. Letters of rec, physics help, biology help, AP Chem help. I'll always be there for you guys. And I mean that with the bottom of my heart. I don't plan on leaving East. I'm going to be here a long time. I might even teach your kids. That's kind of weird. And Judah is the one who laughs. You guys have done a really good job. I'm very, very proud of each and every one of you. And I know I say that a lot, so it doesn't mean as much, but like I truly am proud of each and every one of you. So, with that being said, the time is yours. If you need anything at all, just let me know. I'm guessing some of you want to know what you need on the final. I'm guessing that's part of this, right? So again, if you want to just come up and quickly make a single file line, I could just quickly bullet point this, what you need, boom, 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 boom. And we can go from, oh, this is still, ooh. I'm sorry, I was pointing at you guys. I didn't mean to, I'll delete that part of the video. So I'm going to zoom in on the bird. What's the bird's name again?